he didn't know, nobody taught him how to be a man. But in the same sense, I look at myself now and the way that I am with my kids, and this is how I explained it to them, like, I could never leave my kids, bro. I don't know how I broke the cycle, but I feel like you should have too. But even with you, you look at your kids, you like, I could never leave you. Never.
Mm-hmm.
So just to think about that as a kid, and you thinking, bro, somebody that helped create me left me. You probably didn't even do it on purpose, but my mind wonders, he don't want me. He don't like me. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't be here. I was a mistake. All these things start to build up in a kid's head, bro. So now, and even as an adult, I can literally hear my young self talking, bro, to me, like literally, like, bro, yearning for that. I want a father. I didn't get that. And that's the hardest thing because you never get that back. Never get that back, bro.
What is your picture of your life like?
Man, it's pretty much, it's a lot of pain, bro. Pictures are painful. Pictures are memories. You know what I'm saying? It's going back through childhood. I'll just tell you a little bit about myself. Mom and dad was married for 20 plus years. A lot of memories there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of good memories there. Growing up, mom and dad got divorced. You know what I'm saying? That's where these walls start to build within Caleb. A lot of walls, a lot of mental blocks, a lot of just a lot of pain. You know what I'm saying? So growing up in that time, in that era of knowing of my mom and them going through a divorce and stuff like that, I started to block out those memories. Mm-hmm. So those pictures started to fade and fade. So when you see me as a photographer, you seeing me paint a picture of what I'm seeing now. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Because we block out the things that that serves us no purpose anymore, that don't serve us a sweet spot. So it's a lot of pain. So we block those out. So pretty much that's where photography came from. Was when I was young, I would always ask my mama, hey mama, where my baby pictures at? You know what I'm saying? I got a daughter, where they at? Well, you know what I'm saying? I don't know where they at. So I never had nothing to compare to. So when I had my first daughter, you know, me and my wife bought our first camera. So that's where photography came about, and I actually just started to love it. But to your question of what was it? What's it again?
The deeper picture.
The deeper picture is
of Caleb's life.
Of Caleb's life is rebuilding. Because some people look at me and they see the studio, they see my wife, they see my kids, they see us going on vacations. This stuff is hard work, bro.
Yeah.
This stuff is not easy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody look at us, they look at me, they, you know, look at my family members. This stuff is not easy, bro. Ownership, being an owner is not a game. So anywhere that I go, everybody think that life is good. It's not. You know what I'm saying? You just seeing, you know, the hard work that I put in, just like you said, you just came in at the middle of the movie, bro. You ain't seen the past, the trauma, and we'll get into that. But yeah, you ain't seen all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful that God kept me here, that I'm in this moment now. I'm glad that y'all do get to see it. But even back then, I probably would have blocked y'all from seeing the trauma that I've already been through. So you probably would never see it.
Why do you care to show it now, though? Why is it okay to show it now?
Because I do want to paint the family picture. You know what I'm saying? We always get on social media, people dogging the family, they dogging marriage. Why not promote marriage? You know what I'm saying? If you want to see my life, actually see it. You know what I'm saying? Don't go by my past, look at me now type. You know what I'm saying? Just like you said, it's the middle. You came in at the middle of the movie. This is one of the best parts of my life. My pain was my past. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm in a happy place, but it's still not easy, bro. It's not easy.
You gotta post. It's pretty dope to me.
Mm-hmm.
For what you put it for, I can't tell you what you put it for. You can only tell me. But how I read it was so fire. And I don't know it. I don't know the words verbatim, but it was something to the nature of people who use white washcloths get humble real. You think you clean until you use a white washcloth, and then you see the dirt on you. And when I read that just before I came over here, and I'm like, wow, what a metaphor on life. What a metaphor on life.
Yep.
And I don't know if you meant it in a surface sense or if you meant it as a metaphor on life.
Bro, you took that and ran with it, bro. Like, that is so fire. But at the time, I was dead serious. Like, hey, you get humbled real quick by a white washcloth because, you know what I'm saying, no matter, you know what I'm saying, how clean you think you are, you know what I'm saying, when you put that white washcloth with some soap on there, bro, you're not going to be dirty, but you're going to see dirt. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see sweat. You know what I'm saying? So, how you put it is... That's fire.
Yeah,
hey, don't steal that from me because that's mine.
That's yours. I got it from
that's
you.
Mine, but like, I didn't really realize that till you just said that. That's dope.
What's that white washcloth for you that started showing you how dirty you really are when you thought you was the cleanest dude alive, probably?
Oh.
Was it marriage? Was your wife?
When I met my wife.
Uh-huh.
When I met my wife, when I met my wife, bro, she was a wife before I was a husband. She was a wife before I was a husband, bro.
Whew, break that down. Talk to me.
So her parents raised her to be a wife. You know what I'm saying? She had a mom and dad household. She's actually taken a man who's been from a broken family that has a lot of these walls. You know what I'm saying? And she's tearing them down, helping me rebuild myself. So there were times where she would talk to me and she'd be like, honey, you need to go to therapy too, because I can't break this. Even though you think it's okay, you made it okay with yourself deep down inside, you need help in this area. And by me being the alone person that I like to be, it's like, I don't need no therapy, bro. Like, God is my therapy. That was my excuse. No, in real life, bro, if I went to go see a therapist, I would break down. You know what I'm saying? It's just even in this moment, just talking about the past, the trauma, you know what I'm saying? How to be a husband, how to be a man. I didn't learn that. You know what I'm saying? My pops was in the picture, but not as much as I would want him to be. So I couldn't learn how to be a man, how to provide. You know what I'm saying? I never really understood if you don't work, you don't eat. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm thinking if you don't work, you don't eat, then your family don't eat. You know, so I had to grow up fast. So when you bring up white washcloth, bro, I was more just rolling with the punches. But I got into a relationship with so much baggage, bro. And my wife exposed it. She exposed it, bro. And she already knew this before, so it's not like she just jumped in and was like, I'm gonna marry you anyway. But she was the best thing that ever happened to me in that time. And I'm thankful that God put her in my life in this time because who knows where I will be.
Yeah.
But baggage, bro. Baggage in the streets. Baggage. You know what I'm saying? Didn't want to go to college. Baggage. She signed me up for college. Things that I did not want to do. Because I was like, I'm good. I'm perfect. I'm perfect for you.
Yeah.
Dirty like a mug. Dirty like a mug, bro.
But you're using, in a sense, you're using the towels through life that cover up the dirt. You can't see the dirt when you take it off. You just know you using soap, you know you clean or whatever. But you're using the colored towels that don't show you all your dirt. Ooh. I wonder what some of that dirt you was covering up with those colored towels, though.
Bro, pretty much dirt, bro. I never admitted to people who hurt me. Trauma, like not having a daddy, bro. Hurts. I had a daddy, but the circumstances around my situation hurt. I see other people, bro, and I always be like, oh, my daddy's this, my daddy's that, because he was around, but in a sense, he wasn't present. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you here, but you're not. You make promises, but you don't go through them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I learned to be alone, and I would look at other people with so much hate. Your daddy gonna leave you, bro. Why? Because I didn't have that. I would call some of my friends, where you at, bro? My daddy finna help me look for a car. Your daddy finna buy you a car? How is that rare? You know what I'm saying? In my mind, that is so rare. When it wasn't, in reality, it was just the hurt that I was dealing with inside, that wiping myself with these colored towels with my behavior, you know what I'm saying? Everything changed. Skip the color towels, bro. It was like, it was pretty much, what's that one product, bro, where you pretty much can't get no stains on your shoes? Put that on my towels, bro. It was more like a cover. It was a cover up.
Oh, that spray that they
It was,
okay,
bro,
yeah.
it was a cover up. So behind the pain of not knowing how to be a man, not knowing how to be a husband, being envious of other people, and what's crazy, even to dive deep, it kind of made me turn away from religion a little bit. Because my dad was heavy in church.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It made me not want to go to church to see him, because I knew he was there. You know what I'm saying? Even though I went faithfully, I knew he was there. So that trauma, that pain was just one deal of me bringing up all these walls to where I can't go nowhere. I was trapped literally in a box, like, for years, bro, because I did not know what was going on around me. Like, I was missing something. And being and having a secure father figure in your house, telling you what not to do. Nobody never told me, Caleb, that's wrong. My mama could tell me, but she couldn't really control me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Because you got 5 other kids to worry about. You just can't focus on one. You know what I'm saying? So it was more of that I got away with a lot, and I never had punishment. So growing up, you couldn't tell me what to do. I didn't have no punishment. You know what I'm saying? So that's just heavy, bro.
When you say he wasn't there though, because you said he was there, but he wasn't there mentally or like to talk to your heart or talk, you know what I'm saying? Like really talk you through things. So what was y'all relationship?
So when my mom and dad got divorced, they of course they split. I don't know the situation.
Yeah.
To where if, my mom probably held us sometime from seeing him, or my dad just didn't want us to see him. You know what I'm saying? But it came to a point where I reached out to my dad, and was like, yo, my mom stays in St. Louis. I'm in Kansas City by myself. And this is something I never even said, bro. Like, I asked him, like, think I could spend the night? It was just a lot of excuses. He was by himself. I'm the only one down here. It's just a lot of excuses. You know what I'm saying? So in that sense, I've always felt like nobody could let me down or hurt me more than the person who helped create me. So literally when my wife would say anything, or if somebody, a best friend, was gonna say, I'll leave, bro, leave. You think you gonna hurt me, bro? Leave. I will pack everything you got for you. Because I've already practiced to build that wall up to where nobody can jump over that fence and reach those feelings ever again. You know what I'm saying? When somebody like that hurts you the most, you like, nobody can hurt me more than what I've already been through with somebody walking out on me. Well, where I felt somebody walking out on me. So the relationship was, I would talk to him, he'd be like, and I do truly believe he wanted to. But the mentality that he had and the trauma that he had created that same cycle, bro. He didn't have a daddy. He didn't know, nobody taught him how to be a man. But in the same sense, I look at myself now in the way that I am with my kids, and this is how I explained it to him, like, I could never leave my kids, bro. I don't know how I broke the cycle, but I feel like you should have too. But even with you, you look at your kids, you like, I could never leave you. Never.
Mm-hmm.
So just to think about that as a kid, and you thinking, bro, somebody that helped create me left me. You probably didn't even do it on purpose, but my mind wonders, he don't want me. He don't like me. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't be here. I was a mistake. All these things start to build up in a kid's head, bro. So now, and even as an adult, I can literally hear my young self talking, bro, to me, like literally, like, bro, yearning for that. I want a father. I didn't get that. And that's the hardest thing because you never get that back. Never get that back, bro.
So in those lonely times where you just sitting by yourself, like we sitting right now,
Yep.
you sitting looking at yourself and
I'm
having
looking,
a conversation with your
bro,
younger self.
bro. Dead serious. I'm literally, I allow that. People don't realize that young version of you is still in there, bro.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You don't just wander off and think to yourself like, you know what I'm saying? I remember, nah, bro. That's that mini me in you, like for real. Like I literally can be laying down in my bed and I would think about the stuff that I do for my kid. I'll be like, I get sad. Like I didn't get that.
Mm. Do that make you jealous of your kid or envy your kid?
Mm-mm.
When you say okay,
It don't make me envy of my kid. It makes me not envy, but it hurts me even more that I didn't get it because I knew that I changed. Why couldn't he change?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I want to do these for my kids. I refuse, you know what I'm saying, that my kids go without. But it was just more of why couldn't you?
So you still haven't forgiven them then?
I
You still
had
have an open wound.
no. So this is what happened this year. Granted, we always had a relationship, even though it's crazy that because we had kind of an argument a little bit to where I would always bring it up like, Pops, gotta tell you this. You know what I'm saying? Me and my daddy are the same.
Uh-huh.
I see where I get it from.
Uh-huh.
So things that you be like, why am I like this? Now that I really know who you are, you know what I'm saying? I see where I get it from. So we had the conversation, and it broke me free, bro. Like, was in Atlanta. So first, how I go was my dad was like, I was like, yeah, I'm going to Atlanta to see the family. You know, we haven't talked in months. And I was like, all your kids down there, you want to go? I'll pay your flight. He was, yeah, I want to go. You know what I'm saying? So when we went, we had a Kodak moment that I never had. You know what I'm saying? When you so young and your kids come to you and be like, Daddy, remember when? I can't too much say that.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So uh, at 31, I had a Kodak moment with my dad for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt freaking good, bro.
Amazing.
It felt good because I noticed he changed. I prayed about it and I know that I changed. So it was at my nephew's graduation. He went up in front of everybody. He was like, man, he went up in front of everybody and was like, I didn't have a daddy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a father to teach me. And my kids grew up without a father. To hear those words that I've always wanted to hear, to just say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I can't never get those back, but I am sorry. Every time when I would try to get that, it was like, it's because of this and that and this and that. And I'm like, that's not what I want to hear. That's not what I want to hear, bro. All I need is to say, I'm sorry for what I've done. That's all I asked for. And in that moment, I broke down. I broke down, bro. Like, I went to him, I gave him a hug, and our relationship is, I accepted the fact that I can't get those times back, but I need to create memories in the now. You know what I'm saying? I can't keep holding a grudge or, you know what I'm saying? Even though I feel like that person wasn't always there for me, you got grandkids now. You a pawpaw. Now you at least show them. That'll make my heart warm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I can honestly say that I have truly forgiven them, even though my wife was like, you haven't. I haven't at that time. She was always right.
Yeah.
But after that happened, it broke not only me, but the rest of my siblings. We all broke down and start crying, bro. It's all we've been wanting to hear. That's it, bro.
That's a fire Kodak moment. In fact, man, I often tell people, because I had to realize this within myself, within my own mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
One day it just clicked to me. Like, you need to reach out to people that you may have hurt. You may not know how you hurt them, but you know it was something there, or you may have offended in some type of way. And once I start reaching out to these people, and some I was like descriptive in my apology for, because I knew where I hurt them or whatever. And some a little less descriptive. I know I hurt you in a way, but I can't recall why. But I do know our relationship ain't what it was.
Yeah.
Or what it could have been. And you would be amazed at how they would act. Like they needed to.
Exactly.
They needed to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they didn't know they needed to hear that from me. From that little part of whatever wall I created in them, it helped them bring it down a little bit.
Exactly.
It was like a relief. And you talk about being a child still. Like, you're still a child. It's still an inner child in us. But it's not too late, bro. You have a father still.
Yep.
And you still have that child in you to be hugged.
Exactly.
Hugged on. He's still here to be your father.
Yeah.
So that's dope.
Yeah. I took in every moment of that, bro. Yeah. My mama and daddy, I'm not saying they gonna get back together. I'm never saying that. And my mama be like, boy, nah. But everywhere we went, it was the family that I grew up with. So everybody at the table. I didn't have to say a word. I'm just looking around. My mama's sitting by my daddy. I'm looking at my brothers and sisters. And I'm thinking of what it used to be like when I was 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know, we go to church after we go to Ryan's. That was our spot every Sunday. Family, we go to Ryan's. You know what I'm saying? But, and to kind of go back on that, those wasn't Kodak moments for me because it wasn't something that I've needed. It was always with the family, but me by myself, I needed those. You know what I'm saying? It's just like my daughter. I told you this. My daughter said, Daddy, we need a daddy-daughter date. And I was like, if you have to ask me that, I'm somewhat failing as a father. Granted, even though I'm here for you 24/7, anything you need, I got you. But this was going back to those father issues. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know she needed that, even though I knew I needed that. So now she's like, if she's asking me this, she want her one-on-one. It's like, pick a day. Tomorrow. Tomorrow? I got shoots. Clear them all out. You know what I'm saying? Kayla, what you want to do? Let's just go walk the mall. It's just simple. She just wanted, I do this all the time with all my kids. I got 3 with my wife, all of them. But she was like, let's walk the mall. And I say, okay. Kayla, here goes my credit card. Let's go shopping. Let's walk the mall. I learned so much about my daughter in probably 3 hours than I have probably she's finna be, no, she just turned 11 in her 11 years. So I'm like, I cannot let the sneak, like anything from my past sneak into my future to where you think you got it solved and it's still there. So I'm still recovering, still rebuilding from those past wounds. So now my son comes to me, Daddy, I need a daddy-son date. When? Tomorrow. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. So just to acknowledge that and kind of move forward from that is really making me the person who I am today. But now my wife, we need to go on a date. So it's like, yeah, Lee, I'm getting pulled. You know what I'm saying? But in the same sense, that's a part of being a husband that I was not ready for.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a blessing though, man. I'm in a good space right now.
I told Al from Good Days, Great Night podcast, go follow him.
For sure.
I told Al that because we were talking about what you were just speaking on, basically like being your relationship with your daughters or your children, period, and your wife or whatever. I had this because I used to think me going to get the money or doing what I had to do to help take care of the household was enough or whatever.
Yep.
I had to realize, and then I would get frustrated when they would say certain things like, I want to do this, I need to do that. It's not that I don't want to do it. It's that I'm trying to do this so we can do that comfortably. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But I told Al, I was like, bro, I had to realize, it's that not their fault I'm not all the way put together yet.
Yep.
It's not their fault I don't have it together yet. So figure it out. And I'm still not the best at it or whatever.
Exactly.
But I do realize I need to figure it out to where I can just yesterday, I was supposed to go to work yesterday. Me and my wife was sitting up having a conversation and it was so good. I was like, what movie is showing? You know what? And then she was like, oh, you coming? We going here too. Like,
bet.
It was just like, I know I'm growing up now, like, cause I will clear that fuck work right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my wife on a date, but I want to give you roses real quick. Just listening to you talk, and for you to go on a date with your daughter and have her choose where she wants to go, and she says, "I just want to walk the mall with you," lets me know that you have done. I'm not going to say enough, but you have done a great amount or put a great amount in her life to where she just don't look at you as a credit card. Daddy, take me shopping. Daddy, where you want to go? I want to go to the most expensive place. I want to go to World's Finest.
Yeah.
No, Dad, we can just go walk the mall. I just want your presence. I just want to feel your space because your energy is great as a dad. I just want, you give me that, but I need more of that. Exactly. I could read it wrong, but that's how I read it. You know what I'm saying? So that's your flowers. I appreciate it right now. It may be more on the way throughout this story, though.
I appreciate that.
So, we speaking on kids, but we still haven't talked about some of those things that you went through as a kid. We did talk about your father, but I'm talking about after, like, you had that spot to where it was like, you started going rampant, wild, and started blocking. What are some of those things that you did then that you look at like, yeah, I was a wild boy. I was,
bro. I got stories from almost being shot to a couple of times. Guns pulled on me, wanting to be that guy.
How do we get here?
Pretty much, bro. It all falls hand in hand, wanting to be accepted by somebody. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be accepted by somebody, being seen and acknowledged by somebody. And I got into a wrong group of people, you know what I'm saying? Even in high school, Hogan, they know, you know what I'm saying? Middle school, growing up then, wanting to just feel accepted by a group of people who I at least feel like they love me. You know what I'm saying? So it would go from, I almost got shot twice, me and my brother. Sitting in the front yard, we just doing our thing, playing. Dude just walks up to us, gun to the face. You know what I'm saying? Shoved it off like, I done had guns pointed at me before. Like, it was a good thing. No, and I really could have died that day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not only that, but just overall peer pressure, bro. From wanting to feel accepted. All of these things come from these wounds that of wanting to be accepted as something, just to know that I'm here. Somebody look at me and say that I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So you can get run-ins to with police. You know what I'm saying? I've never been to jail, but I wanted to be the guy to the point where I didn't want to go to jail, but I'm gonna talk my talk. You know what I'm saying? If I see a cop, hey, da 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 da, F you, dog. Just wanting to be that person, to want to do something to deserve a credit. Yeah, bro, Caleb out there wilding.
Street cred.
You wanted that. It's like, bro, you wanted that? You wanted to be a thug? You wanted to carry a gun? Like, you really wanted that. Man, it was a time, it was so many times where I was by myself, almost staking out people, bro. I didn't have nothing. My mom stayed in St. Louis after she moved to Atlanta. I would watch people walk in their house, bro. Like, didn't have a gun. I just wanted the credit of, I did it. You know what I'm saying? Causing harm to people. That is so immature and crazy, to where I was planning break-ins. Like, for what? And I never could understand, why am I starting to get like this? I've always been a good kid, always played sports. But then it comes right back to the point where even when I play sports, after the game, I go to my grandma's house. Nobody came to my game. Nobody cheered Caleb go. Even though Caleb was a star on the team, you know what I'm saying? Caleb didn't have mommy and daddy at his games. You know what I'm saying? And the one game that they showed up to, they realized, they knew that I was heading off the deep end. The first game that my mom and dad went to together, I had a fight on the court. Kicked everybody out of the gym. Nobody can watch me play no more. And I told my team, I told my school, this is my first time my dad and mom watching the game. Dude rubbed me the wrong way. He pushed me, I pushed him, I swung. Like, all of these things, bro, is going back to childhood, because it's like, now you want to show up for me? You know what I'm saying? I didn't care that you was there. Both. You know what I'm saying? So it comes back to all those points where I just wanted to feel accepted by somebody, and I didn't get that, bro. I didn't receive it then when I was acting wild. I flunked. People don't know this. I flunked ninth grade. I flunked ninth grade. And the reason why is because, I didn't do no work. It's not because I wasn't smart enough. I didn't want to. I wanted to hang around the people you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I was a freshman hanging out with 12th graders.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Going to parties. I thought it was cool because I never thought I'd finish school. So it's just a ton, bro. It's ridiculous. It ain't that thug life is not for me, nor will I ever try to be one.
Yeah. As we all know, man, people come in and out your life, especially when you get attached to the streets.
Mm-hmm.
You begin to think that, because you didn't have it at first. You didn't have that love that you wanted or whatever. The streets will make you think they love you.
For sure.
The streets will take you into a point where you like, damn, this is what family feel like. And it's really not. I wonder, like, because once your father left out of your life, you were like, oh, fuck this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
How did it feel once those ones you started taking in, like they were family, started leaving out your life? Because nobody stays. I mean, not nobody stays, but everybody doesn't stay. And the people you are most attached to a lot of times leave.
Bro, and it wasn't in a good way they left. Like the street people, are you referring to like the streets?
Yeah, where you
I think about that a lot, bro. A lot of my friends is dead.
Mm.
A lot of my friends is dead. Probably, and I even hung around, the main people that I hung around was probably about, I mean, every gang has their cliques. You're still one gang.
Yeah, yeah.
I came up from Trey 000. So everybody, the Treys, you can go all the way to 39th, you can go wherever you want, but everybody had their cliques. But it was probably a solid that I would see every day. Probably 8 of us, and there's probably 2 of us left that did not get shot. Honest God truth. Honest God truth. Literally 2 of us, bro. And even before then, the people that we did hang around, jail, but they came out, it was just a repeated thing. But one thing we had in common was everybody just wanted to feel accepted. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had the same exact story. You know what I'm saying? It was either they pops left or they pops was gone, they mom died or they mom left. It's just a repeated story. So you basically talking about a group of orphans trying to be tough.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to find a home in the streets. Like I think about that now. Like it's blowing my mind that I even want it to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
Khalid told me on the episode I did with him, he said most of my relationships were birthed off trauma bonds.
100%. That goes back to the exact same thing that I just said.
Yeah.
It's a repeated thing. So, and you don't even, I had a friend that lost both of his parents. He was the worst. The worst. Like, run up on anybody. The worst. And I felt like he had the most trauma because he lost his parents at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
And he was basically really like an orphan. You know what I'm saying? He was in group homes, breaking out. We like, bro, you supposed to be like 30 minutes out. Broke out. They just got tired of running, you know what I'm saying, trying to find them. You know what I'm saying? So I 100% believe that. Like, and them relationships, they don't end well.
Did you understand that then?
No.
Did you understand like how he was acting was because of what he lost? Did you understand that about you, him, the people around you, or you just now?
What do you mean? Who are we referring to?
The trauma bonds that you created, like, and then like the dude, not created, but that you connected to. Did you realize that's why that was y'all connection then, or is that something you just look back on like now, like, damn?
Nah, I didn't realize it till just now as I spoke it.
Wow.
Nah, I didn't realize. You know what I'm saying? I honestly didn't realize until you don't realize a lot of things until you actually talk to somebody else and it come out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But nah, I didn't realize. I thought these niggas actually love me like a brother.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I would sometimes bring them around my family, but nah, bro. Like I didn't realize that.
In these times, did you have like any kind of relationship with God, like a prayer relationship or anything? Like, yeah.
I had a small one. It was
Okay.
It was basic though, because I feel like God wasn't answering my prayers. Only thing I asked God for was to keep me up another day. It wasn't to get me out of my situation. It wasn't to heal my heart. It wasn't to pray for a future. It was just to the next day. And that was just when I went to sleep, bro, because I was like, bro, you're not hearing me. I feel like I was the only person in the world going through this trauma. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was small.
You know, in these times when you were losing people, you didn't feel like God was talking to you at all, because that's funny. Like 2 days ago, I was listening to somebody, I don't remember who it was, forgive me.
Mm-hmm.
They were talking about Samson and Delilah.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Samson never, it was a while where Samson never went to God with his problems and stuff or whatever. and Samson started kind of going off the deep end or whatever, God took his eyes away from him.
Yeah.
It took him to take his eyes away from him for him to finally see God.
Exactly.
So are these moments to you starting to create a straighter path for you, or?
100.
Okay.
For sure. Because behind any death, you start to realize, behind any close death, you start to realize, dang, I could really die. Like, I can die. If he died, I'm with him every day. If he died, I know I can die. And in that time span, even though I was praying for it, I didn't feel like I can die. It was so weird to me because my mind was so lost. I was like, God put them on earth to die. He's going to pass. He's going to pass. But you going to live until you really start losing people close to you, bro. Of course, behind every death, I feel like God talked to me, but it was only in my mind, temporary. Because I would have those thoughts and then I'll be like, yep, we had that convo. What we doing tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? You would focus on it, but it was bro, I was lost. My mind was gone. It was to the point I didn't even want to hear from God.
Yeah.
Even if I did, I would, yeah. It was like that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, bro, like it was tough.
I feel like I be feeling like the Samson and Goliath thing, because like once he took his eyes and those people captured him, tied him up, he finally cried out to God. And I feel like these things that we lose out of our life that like mean a lot to us or whatever, I feel like it is God trying to get our attention or whatever. And when he finally gets your attention, there's a cry. There's a cry out to him, like, what do you want from me? And you have to look around you and be like, okay, you taking them. What is keeping me here? What is so special about me? Something finally clicks, like, I'm here for a reason.
Yeah.
Now, what is my reason? This is when I start to cry to God, like, what do you want from me? What do you want me to do?
Yep.
Because obviously I've been in situations and it's a miracle that I'm out of them.
Right.
So what do you want from me?
Yeah.
What do you think he wants from me?
I'm still praying for purpose, bro. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm not going to sit here and make up a story. It's not, that's the purpose is one thing that I pray for every day. You know what I'm saying? Because I have many talents. Photography, I sing. Most of the music you see me sing is for God. Like I that's one thing that I strive for. If I'm gonna use my voice, it's gonna be for God. You know what I'm saying? So
Sounds great.
I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. So I'm still praying for that. Like I feel like a lot of people on this earth, they think they know what it is because it's one of their talents. That's not your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like even with photography in the studio, this could be just one of those things to get me towards my purpose of what God actually want me to use in life. Is my camera to be out here to actually go on a corner and preach to people and pretty much show them the way. You know what I'm saying? Or is my purpose to with a camera to interview people and talk to them about God? You know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot there to where I'll be like, God, narrow it down for me, bro. Like, let me know. But I'm still praying for purpose, bro.
Jonathan Henry, shout out to him.
That's my boy.
And when I talked to him, he said, and it's not verbatim.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing. He was talking about why he loves the camera so much. Because you get to see people for who they really are with that camera.
Yeah.
Sometimes he shoots people, and you know how you could be doing a music video or something. They pulling out their guns, doing all type of stuff, performing for the camera. Then when the camera go off, it's like,
yeah.
He gets to see that on his camera. He gets all the stuff people don't know he see. Your camera may be serving that purpose. Not saying that is your
Yeah.
purpose, but you may be called to see people for who they really are.
Yep.
And maybe pull them to the side and talk to them about it.
Yep.
Look at this. What is that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
just talk
for
into
sure.
it. I don't know, but I'm just saying you may be in purpose, but you may be in the arena of purpose,
Right.
but now it's finding your purpose within that arena. I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's here.
Yeah.
Just sitting down with you before the cameras came on. You downloading stuff right into my system.
Exactly.
These talks are needed, bro.
Bro. I don't release so much that probably nobody know.
Yeah.
Like, dead serious.
But if still another point we want to touch, if you don't mind. Going back to your wife. We really didn't get to some of the things that she had to help you wipe up off you, help you see.
Yeah.
The dirt. Yeah. Some of that stuff you brought to her, which she didn't deserve. You know what I'm saying? Because she said, I can't help you. I mean, I can help you, but I can't get this off of you. What are some of these things? Did you actually went to therapy, right? So you didn't go to therapy yet.
Nope.
What are some of these things? I mean, your therapy could be podcasts, like you say, listening to those, driving, what are some of those things? Because obviously you care about your marriage and you have to be building on your marriage and getting better.
Of course.
You said a lot of things to me that you had to realize. Where do you get to the point? Or what is feeding you to where you know, okay, I'm trapped. I got a booger in my nose.
Yeah.
This is the booger in my nose.
Yep.
I need to fix this.
I didn't, she always would tell me, I'm not affectionate enough. I don't show affection. I don't like hugs. I don't like to cuddle. I never had that. You know what I'm saying? I never had somebody, my mama, great mother. But she never really said the words, I love you. I just knew it. She didn't have to tell me. You know what I'm saying? I just knew it. But I didn't grow up being hugged, told I love you. Those things really affect my wife because that's like her language. Yeah. Come hold me. Come tell me you love me. Come tell me you beautiful. I was like, man, you know that. You know that.
Yeah.
But she needs to hear that. And I sucked at it. No matter how much I tried to change, bro. I tell her one time, after she made that argument, and I was horrible at it. I just couldn't get it down, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like a block. Like, if I didn't receive it, why do I feel like, now why do I got to do this? You know what I'm saying? To you. You know what I'm saying? And I was comparing myself to her situation, which was wrong. Because as soon as I walk in their family's house and their daddy's house, I got to give everybody a hug. Her daddy walks up to me and give me a hug. Her mama, the first one, hey, son-in-law. Her daddy, come here, boy. Hey, son. I wasn't used to those things. And now I understood why she needed that so much because that's something that she always had.
Yeah.
So when I walk in the house and I just walk past you and say, hey, she like, what's wrong with you? Why's your mood off? You got an attitude with me? Did I do something? Are the kids okay? And I didn't really realize that because I'm like, you asking me, and I felt like you're asking me for too much. You're wanting me to change, and I don't like change. Change is hard, regardless of how much I try to change. And I tell her this, like, honey, I be trying, but it's just like something that's like, nah. I don't want to get to the point where my wife try to change me so much that I lose who I am. You know what I'm saying? So I always felt like that, but then again, it was more of me being like the masculinity of, nah, you weak. You weak if you change that. Bro, we talking about hugs, and I was literally taking it serious. You know what I'm saying? Being affectionate, like dates. I didn't want to go on dates. Bro, like crazy stuff like that because I've never done this before.
You know, it's crazy because who you are that you didn't want her to change you from is who you didn't want to be anyway.
Exactly.
That was built off trauma. Who she wants you to be is who you wanted to be as a kid. Exactly. Love and all of that stuff. why is it so hard for us to do that stuff? And it's not even that bad because once you start doing it, you're like, this air feel good. I should have been doing
We ain't arguing no more. It was just, bro, it was too much at the time. You would think it's so easy, but it was so hard.
Yeah.
So hard. Yeah. It was so hard, bro.
I know you got business to handle.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me say this real quick. He did not choose to sit in that throne, the camera right here.
Right.
I told him to sit there, so I don't want y'all to be like he doing king stuff right now. He deserved to sit right there, bro. Is there anything you want to leave us with before we close out?
Just be kind to each other, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I would tell anybody this. Marriage ain't watered down. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Strive to be great. Grow with somebody. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Grow with somebody. It's okay to change, bro. It's literally okay to change. So just try to change for the better. Yeah. Change for the better of you. Change for the better of that little person inside. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, and just don't ever let nobody tell you can't. That's pretty much it.
I feel like people are going to want a more in-depth joint with you.
For sure.
We had to rush it. So, but y'all will get that because this won't be the last time he's on here.
For sure.
The goal is to leave a lasting imprint on their minds and hearts. We pray you've been indelibly marked.
Amen.
Appreciate it.